A casa é sua, não é isso, Mariana Gross?
É isso aí, chega mais 2016, a gente vai continuar com imagens do maior Réveillon do mundo, veja só como está Copacabana, os apartamentos cheios, todo mundo aí na expectativa para essa queima de fogos tão conhecida. Abençoando a cidade maravilhosa, imagens para você ao vivo do Globocop, que beleza! A expectativa, é claro, muito grande. Como disse a Flávia, 2 milhões de pessoas reunidas aí nas areias de Copacabana. O pessoal chega cedo para garantir o lugar. Desde cedo as areias estão lotadas. A gente já teve chuva em Copacabana, o céu se abriu, teve um pôr do sol lindíssimo. Olha lá ao fundo os transatlânticos, todos iluminados, há várias embarcações, tem gente que acompanha da areia, tem gente que acompanha do mar, dos apartamentos, e você em casa também acompanhando tudo de pertinho com a gente, sentindo o clima de Copacabana. Então, vamos até lá, vai começar a contagem regressiva, vamos ver. Olha aí o palco, já aparece o relógio digital, o grande relógio, olha aí, contagem.
O inimigo se esconderá no último lugar em que você o procuraria.
As moedas traziam impressas as duas faces de Jano.
Of Delos was founded by the son of Cecrops. Cecrops was the legendary Egyptian king who had reptilian scales on his body and was often portrayed in ancient artworks as having webbed toes which resembled the fins of a large fish. Bringing to the Mediterranean the ancient magical rituals of Egypt, Cecrops used the information from spirits to rule his kingdom, and he eventually became the king of Athens in 1558 BC. Prophets and magicians would also foretell future events from reading omens, such as the birth of two-headed calves and other genetic deformities in animals. The Coburg-Gotha royal family, under the leadership of Queen Victoria, kept a private collection of preserved, deformed animals, such as a deer with 5 legs and other multi-headed freaks of nature, which have historically always been associated with good and bad omens. Queen Victoria is considered the most British of all queens. Her husband was German, and she wrote letters of state in German. Contrary to what the royal spin doctors have written in the school history books, Queen Victoria was not popular. She was often hissed in public, and there were no less than 7 attempts to kill her. Keeping the populace ignorant, using adults and children alike as virtual slaves in workhouses, providing no adequate protection against hypothermia, working every man and woman to exhaustion and imposing a crippling poll tax was the modus operandi of Queen Victoria and all her relatives sitting on the thrones across Europe. So-called Victorian values allowed children to be used as slave labour. Inhumane slums and widespread poverty was common across the whole of Europe right up until the 1970s. Even now, in the 21st century, large numbers of British people live in concrete boxes without adequate education, and therefore unable to find a profession to lift themselves out of poverty. There are as many homeless people in Europe today as there were 50 years ago.